I own and operate Best Window Washing. It is a small business, however, it's more or less a job I created for myself since I'm the only person who runs it. It's a business that is, I enjoy doing it because I'm my own boss, and I think that we as entrepreneurs share that experience, that it's nice to not have anyone else to answer to besides our customers. But what I do for Best Window Washing, what I think sets it apart is I don't just clean glass. I have a background in the building industry, and so I'm very familiar with windows. So I'm able to tell where we might have leaks, where things may need lubrication, where there just may be some failures, and able to help these folks, any of my customers, find solutions to any of the problems that might occur with their windows, screens, that sort of thing. But once again, a lot of window washers just clean the glass. What I do is I make sure that the glass is clean inside and out. The screen is pulled, it's cleaned, the screen mesh, the frame itself is actually wiped down. The sills are cleaned inside and out. And then I do a complimentary ceiling fan cleaning in everyone's house, and also bathroom mirror cleanings. It's just a little something that I do just to set myself a little bit apart from the rest. And then everybody, all of my customers get a small bag of Fisher's popcorn and a magnet to stick on their refrigerator. So that's basically what I do. I show up on time for both my estimates and for my work. I show up neat, and I am very respectful of people's homes. I remove my shoes or cover my shoes whenever I'm inside someone's house. And I'm also able to upsell some products. Say I'm in someone's house and I notice that their deck needs power washing. I just recently purchased a power washer because I had customers requesting other services. So that has turned into a second stream of income for me, doing some of the power washing. It's not something that I want. I'm 46 years old, so it's not something I really want to do a lot of, because I end up taking a lot of Advil. But it certainly is a source of income, and so that works out well for me. The difficulty that I run into with this business is I'm very dependent on myself for the quality, for doing the work, and I'm finding it very difficult myself to hand off responsibilities to other people, because I guess I'm a control freak. Maybe we all are as entrepreneurs to a point, but my difficulty is it's twofold. One is cleaning windows isn't rocket science, okay? It's not very large startup costs. So I have an issue with, if I teach someone how to do it, what stops them from starting their own business and doing the same thing, taking my customers? Secondly, do I lose my excellence in what I do by having other folks do it? How do I continue to keep the level of quality high? If anyone has any suggestions in any of these, I'd love to hear them. But those are my main concerns, is scalable. How scalable can I make this, and how can I make it scalable? I chose Best Window Washing because it searches well on the internet. Also, it's generic enough that I could take it other places if I chose to. I could have called it Sussex Window Cleaning or something like that, but I chose not to for that reason. So it's something I would like to have scalable. I'm just not exactly sure how to do it. If anyone has any experience in doing that, I'd love to talk to you. That's about all I have.
Thank you. Let's give Ryan a round of applause. We'll take some questions from our audience. All right, we have one.
Is your fee scale a sliding scale, like according to the mileage that you have to go?
What I do is I serve Sussex County, okay? So unless I'm going to the furthest reaches of Sussex County away from me, then everything is the same. I'm based out of Millsboro, which is, it's not really central, but it's close to central, so I can pretty much get to anywhere in Sussex County and feel comfortable with that.
Great question.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Second floor condos, do you do anything other than single-family dwellings?
I do. I've done as high as 4 stories, and typically I try to do things from the inside. Believe it or not, I'm afraid of heights.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a window washer that's afraid of heights. So, so I do everything I can to do everything from the inside. And sometimes that's possible, sometimes that's not. I do have poles that I can reach up as high as 36 feet with. And I do commercial work as well.
Okay. Second question, how about sliding glass sliders repairs?
I don't do repairs. I will evaluate a window and talk to you about what I see is going on with it. I do know a lot of people in the business, and I can typically point you to someone.
Okay. Last question is, have you tried ibuprofen?
As you would. I didn't get the question. Other questions? All right, I see.
You say you're trying to find some way to differentiate yourself from window cleaners.
Yes.
Have you ever done any kind of research to find out if there's anything that you can put on the windows after you've washed them that helps to repel spots and dirt? Because I know I clean my own windows because I'm in a ranch, and so they were nice and sparkling clean. And then, you know, like sometimes during the day, if it's humid out, you might, especially early in the morning, you might get some moisture. And the grass was cut, and then you go with the blower, and immediately
sticks to the
you've
window.
got dirty windows again.
Right.
Have you ever researched anything?
I have not. I haven't taken the time to do that. I do have customers that tell me, and I'll tell you how I wash windows, and maybe it will help you. But I've done my own windows, rarely, mind you, but I've done my own windows. And they lasted clean for close to a year. What I use, and it's no secret, is I use Dawn and water. I scrub it on and squeegee it off.
That's what I did.
That's what you.
And
That's
they
what you
were
use.
sparkling.
Yes.
I mean, gorgeous.
Yeah.
It didn't even look like there was glass in there.
Well, the other thing.
And then it was like, you know, what? You
The other
know,
thing I'll
it's
do,
just-
and this may help also, is I use a razor scraper on the exterior
Mm-hmm.
of windows because it'll just take any texture off of the
Right.
window that may cling things.
So nothing will adhere to it or whatever.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that may help you if you try it
Yeah,
again.
I just
try
didn't
that.
know if you had ever,
I don't have a formula or any
you
kind
know,
of a solution.
because I know
that will
there's
do that.
things that you can put on windshields that
Right. That
repel.
like Rain-X and that sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that will actually make it worse because it beads up and then you'll have more of those spots.
Question?
More of a comment, I'm afraid. We had another presenter here, the name escapes me right now, but one of the things they talked about was the products that they were carrying that were commercial related that addressed specific problems. So I wonder if we could help, you know, investigate that connection for you. And who knows, maybe there's something out there that, you know, is only on the commercial market.
I see.
But if you'll remind me, I'll be happy to you know, try to check that out for you.
Okay.
The other thought, when it comes to the hiring others, when you look at the amount of work that's out there, I know sometimes, especially in a fairly new business, we do want to hold things close to the chest. But when you really stop and think about the amount of work that's out there, there's probably plenty for you and them too. And one
Agreed.
of the greatest compliments you could have, really, is someone trying to emulate you. And that's not to say that you can't take precautions with a non-compete clause, which could buy you time for about a year in the area that you're working. But there are some alternatives that you could look at. Not only that, but when it comes to hiring others, it does take a lot of patience, but if you train them right, they'll do that. You get that younger one that doesn't need the ibuprofen or Advil, and that likes the heights. So you could get maybe somebody that would complement your strengths.
Very good. Good point.
Wonderful. I have a couple of questions. So when we talk about business growth, sustainability, my forethought is always profitability. So if we start a business, we're in the business to make money. If we aren't making money or a profit, then it's a hobby to me. When someone asked the question, I think it was the first person who asked the question, about your fee schedule, you mentioned that you're in Sussex, you're in Millsboro, you don't really charge for the mileage to go there. How do you interpret growing your business financially if you're not taking into consideration all of the entities that make your business financial growth?
My thoughts on that is I have a radius that I feel comfortable with.
Okay.
And that radius is Sussex County. What I would like to do in a perfect world is I would like to have another branch in another county and have that branch cover that county or that employee cover that county. Not exactly sure how to go about that at this point, but where I am as far as, I think you're asking, how can I consider my profits if I'm driving further?
Yes.
I think at this point I'm at a stage of growth where my concern is doing more work. My concern is getting my name out there. My concern is getting referrals, which has been happening. It may not be the best way to do it with, not adding some extra in there, but I feel like I'm making enough profit right now
Okay.
where I would rather get more work and maybe travel a little further than take the risk of someone who's local to that person charging less because they're not traveling as far.
Okay.
I would rather grab that work, profit maybe a little less, but here's my thing is if I'm staying at home, I didn't make anything.
That's right.
If I go someplace, if I can make $50 for the day, I'll go. And that's not what I do. But I mean, if I could go someplace, I'd rather go someplace than sit on the couch or sit in front of the computer. That's my thoughts.
Okay. In your financial plan, have you thought about the number of people you need to see, X amount, I need to see 50 businesses a day for my gross profits that you've already calculated for at the end of a month?
I haven't taken it that far, no.
Okay. Well, I just want to say that we have excellent resources for you.
Okay.
My last question, before my last question, is that I asked you before we started how you heard, had you heard about 1 million cups previous to today? And your response was?
I had not.
Okay. And so what was and I'm saying this for purpose, and that is because last week every week have presenters, but we always want to make sure that we're getting the word out that we are here as a platform for our entrepreneurs, and I do appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
So how did you feel when you received the call that there was a platform for you to come to market your business even more?
Well, it was twofold. First off,
Okay.
I was honored to be asked,
Wonderful.
okay? For me to be asked to speak at a school is really pretty amazing. But this is a forum that I like. I enjoy speaking to entrepreneurs because we think alike. We think differently than people who have jobs, honestly. We look for solutions. We see problems. Immediately, we don't shrug and go, oh, somebody ought to do something about that. We say, how can I fix that? So you are my people. And it's great to be around people who are like-minded. Sometimes my wife doesn't get me because, we're just different that way. She asked me if I was nervous to come here today. I said, why would I be nervous? They invited me. She said, well, you're talking in front of people. I said, no, I'm talking to people. So this is a great forum. It's been some great questions, and I do appreciate all the feedback. And I'd like to speak with each and every one of you after this. But no, I'd like to come back, whether I'm in the audience or speaking about another business.
We would invite you to go out and tell another business that this platform is open to them as well.
Be happy to.
Thank you. And lastly, how can we as a community, the Delaware Tech community, the Georgetown community, the Sussex County community, help you as a business to grow? And as you say that, could you share with us your long-term goal?
Yes. The way Delaware Tech could help me grow, I think, is in this forum, being able to learn how to scale this company. As you said, every house has windows, so there's plenty of work out there. Every business has windows. So maybe I need to get over some fears of losing some business. Maybe I need to drop the perfection and go for growth. These are things that maybe I need to look at. And I'm sorry, I missed.
And how can we as a community help you?
I'm not really certain, other than this feedback. If you see my advertisement anywhere, if anyone needs any help with having windows cleaned, please think of me first.